keeping up with the New American Speaker program and also doing so much to advocate for World Refugee Day. So we're so excited to hear from you, Emma.
Thank you very much. Hope everyone can hear me clear, right? Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak to all of you, more especially my colleagues that we are attending this course together, and the people or the teachers managing the program of public speaking. Sharing stories, actually, I know everyone has a story to tell. Everyone is coming from somewhere, and every story is unique. And I've had very good stories, so touching. Those stories has passion in it and advocacy in it. And I also being given this opportunity to speak to you. It is something very amazing to me. Before going further, my name is Emma Yaaka, migrant stroke refugee from Uganda, living in United States, Chicago, Illinois for 4.5 years. Coming to US was through US Refugee Admission Program and the United Nations Commissioner for Refugees, that is UNHCR, Kenya, Nairobi. That's where I came through. Reasons to why I left my country to Kenya are due to finding myself in an unwelcoming environment back home. That forced me to leave and find safety. And you can all imagine the process that I went through with all the other stories you have had. So hard, painful, emotional, and difficult. I myself coming to US was not my choice, but after being approved, after a long period of time, 3 years in the process, while being interviewed, investigated to get the proof before they find me where I should go and find safety. I came to US with nothing. I mean completely nothing apart from myself. I've been inspired and surprised that US host communities that welcomed me to Chicago, as they mentioned, I call Chicago home. They identified the potential ability in me by giving me life of freedom with supplementary leadership power of advocacy. I wouldn't get this back home. I'm holding very powerful positions in leadership. This is where everyone is mentioning about opportunities. And I've been one of the lucky people who have seen these opportunities. I am a medical case manager, helping other refugees and immigrants access medical services. To most of you who understand the medical system in America, you can tell how difficult it might be when it comes to language accessibility, transportation, insurance coverage, and many other barriers. This affects even the citizens. But I'm doing that work to make sure that I support my community. I'm holding another position as a delegate at Refugee Congress of Illinois. This position is giving me a lot of potential ability, power to advocate and stand for refugees, using my personal experience and the creativity, the ideas I have to bring on the table so that it can be used to make strategies for refugees program. Of recently, my community came out and then they elected me as a Ugandan leader in Chicago, meaning they trust in me. They have trust in me. They know that I can represent them. And as I'm speaking right now, I'm a co-chair of World Refugee Day, Chicago. This position, I thought it was a joke because last year I was a leader from last year, actually, 2021, but it was virtual event because of COVID. But we are hosting even this year in person. And where I am right now, I'm so nervous that we are going to host more than 1,000 people in person. See myself in this position, speaking to government officials, speaking to all resettlement organizations, being in front of the community. America didn't ask me for paperwork in order to stand in those positions, but I didn't find the ability that I can speak, I can stand for others. I was able to be given this power. What does World Refugee Day mean? I'll briefly explain to you a little bit. Since 2002, World Refugee Day, Chicago actually, has commemorated the annual World Refugee Day, June 20th, celebration by organizing events, workshops, conferences, lounges, street parades, downtown rallies, guest speakers, as well as diverse multicultural performances by members of the Chicago refugee community. And this year, we are hosting this event with very powerful messages to give to the public and making the environment more welcoming and safe for refugees. World Refugee Day, we are going to celebrate 20th anniversary. It has been in existence for 20 years. And it means a lot to refugees. Why am I involved in this process? And why is it that I find it more important to me? As a refugee myself, I bring personal experience and a representation as the co-chair on the World Refugee Day. As a community member, I bring expertise and organic experiences to the organizing team. And I have inspired other refugees and immigrants to feel welcomed, and know that they own power to lead, advocate, speak for themselves in America or in any other country of resettlement. In this process, I've earned over 5 articles from local newspapers about advocating for refugee rights. I'm using this platform actually to advocate for comfortable and safe home to welcome refugees in the US, since I'm partnering with resettlement agencies and elected government officials. Who is me standing here speaking to mayor, senators? This opportunity won't be there in my country. I can't be even a chairman of the village until I become old, until I die. And I'm so happy that every opportunity coming to me, it's a luck, and it's giving me the space to grow in leadership. I don't know who I may become. As right now, as I summarize, actually I will tell you that we have faced very serious, critical, and global environment. We have faced serious series of refugees which they have impacted, and even the people, citizens themselves, they are being impacted. My colleague spoke about COVID-19. It affected everyone. We are just coming out right now. We faced the challenge of Afghanistan. Any crisis that happened in the world, it impacts everyone. It was not only Afghanistan, it impacted even us, other refugees. We were the ones trying to secure the space for them. At this time right now, we are facing the challenge again in the world of Ukrainian, and we are preparing and looking for safe environment, safe space to welcome them. And that's about my story. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Emma.